you now in a position as running to say that you will fight the White House if something arose that you were adamant about, including diversity. We just heard Andrew Cuomo say that he would make people that contract with the city have to commit to diversity. Are you willing to institute that? People that contract with the city have to commit to diversity. Are you willing to institute that?
Well, I heard clearly what you said when you said now. It's always been. There isn't a level of inconsistency in who I've always been. And we cannot allow the media to distort of who I've been. I fought against policing that was improper while a police officer. Navigated the crises and while I was in office. It's the same as ball president. I have been consistent. You analysis of my commentary throughout the last 4 years, you're not going to find anything that I'm saying now that I didn't say then. I'm going to fight any White House that is not going to benefit our city, including the previous one. Now I can't about that. Soon, we sued the White House. When we took dollars, we will be consistent. And when we talk about DEI, has to be more than just a terminology. Having a program with not progress is just a program. DEI has to be more than just a terminology. Having a program with not progress is just a program. I put $19 billion back into MWBEs. And so I don't want people to have a DEI program and then you look and you don't see diversity in their ranks. I have the first African American first deputy mayor, first African American women police commissioner, first African American chief of second David Jenkins, who had the first one, first Trinidadian deputy mayor. You look through my administration, you see all of this chocolate, brother. You cannot tell me that I'm administration. You see all of this chocolate, brother. You cannot tell me that I'm not doing my thing.
Appreciating that. So your administration is the first.
They were still reacting to the chocolate.
Thank you, Mayor.
They were still reacting to the chocolate.
Thank you, Mayor. Your administration is the first that is now mandated by law to release racial equity plans. And I know your administration has been working on that. What is and the timeline and what does that entail?
We're talking about the racial equity plan that needs to be released, that we have the second African American Corporation Council that is using her team to make sure when we release the plan that we are in compliance with the law. Corporation Council that is using her team to make sure when we release the plan that we are in compliance with the laws of the city. So the plan will be released. I trust are in compliance with the laws of the city. So the plan will be released. I trust Corp Council Muriel, who was reviewed by the City Council to get approved, because we had to do it together. I'm going to release it. I'm not going to overrule. My attorney. I learned not to overrule the attorneys yesterday, and I'm not going to overrule my attorney. Corp Council tell us it's time to release it. Right now, they're doing the analysis. Overrule my attorney. I learned not to overrule the attorneys yesterday, and I'm not going to overrule my attorney. Corp Council tell us it's time to release it. Right now, they're doing the analysis, and I'm going to respect a process of doing so.
Congressman.
Governance a lot more challenging than running for office. Tell us what's happening in this crisis, what's the plan, and what have your administration accomplished so far?
Let me tell you something.
Welcome to the National Action Network 2025 annual conference.
I always tell people, go back to what I ran.
I'm here to do the conference for a couple blogs and outlets and media personnel today. So
we have the lowest
come along on my journey. I'm gonna go live, maybe 3 or 4. Tune in.
In our subway system.
These are very important issues.
And homelessness, look at who was homeless. Ride to trains like I ride to trains. And you see that the homeless. I went into the streets and I looked in the tents and in the cardboard boxes and spoke to people who were living on our streets. We have people living along highways, on our streets, under encampments, in our subway station. Paraphernalia. After speaking to them, I went and sat down with our team and said, we cannot allow people to live this way. Everyone on my team, for the most part, told me, Eric, don't even try to fight this. You can't turn it around. I said, we cannot allow people to live this way. Everyone on my team, for the most part, told me, Eric, don't even try to fight this. You can't turn it around. I said no to that. What is our accomplishment? Year 1 and year 2, folks, we built more affordable housing. I said no to that. What is our accomplishment? Year 1 and year 2, folks, we built more affordable housing than any mayor in the history of the city in year 1 and year 2. We moved more people out of homeless shelter into permanent housing in year 1 and 2 in the history of the city. We put more people in housing using FEPS vouchers in year 1 and year 2 in the history of the city. Twice as much as Mayor de Blasio and almost 1.5 as much as Mayor Bloomberg. And when we finish with this last zoning plan, we're going to build more, 1.5 as much as Mayor Bloomberg. And when we finish with this last zoning plan, we're going to build more, 30% more than any other mayor in the history of the city. So I'm not talking about it in the morning. I'm talking about it in the morning. I'm placing people in housing in a real way. That's how you deal with homelessness. But there are policy makers that created the homelessness. Look at when you read and so when it's come down to dealing with people with severe mental health illness, we build more and have put more people in supportive housing. This is running a city of illness, we build more and have put more people in supportive housing. This is running a city is complex. If you allow the noise and naysayers get in your way, you will never accomplish the success that we've done. Don't listen to the noise, folks. Go look at the numbers. We're doing it. Every naysayers get in your way, you will never accomplish the success that we've done. Don't listen to the noise, folks. Go look at the numbers. We're doing it every day.
Thank you, Mayor. You mentioned homelessness. You talked about mental health. 57% of the people who and Rikers was legislated to close during the de Blasio administration by 2026, and it was moved to 2027. The plan Rikers was legislated to close during the de Blasio administration by 2026, and it was moved to 2027. The plan is still stalled. Are you committed to closing Rikers, getting people the help that they need, and setting up a jail system that is responsive to community? Rikers, getting people the help that they need, and setting up a jail system that is responsive to community.
And I just really need folks to hear me, man, because popularity is not government. It started out costing us $8 billion. Now it's up to $16 billion. It started out costing us $8 billion. Now it's up to $16 billion. And the population of opening the 4 more new jails, it can house about 3,600 people. The current population at Rikers right now is 7,100 people. So we're going to spend about 3,600 people. The current population at Rikers right now is 7,100 people. So we're going to spend $16 billion, build 4 more jails that cannot hold the population of those who are inside. With mental health illness. 20% are dealing with severe mental health illness. So here's what I believe we should do. Let's build one jail. Instead of a jail, let's build a state-of-the-art psychiatric facility and give people the help that they need and stop criminalizing people who are dealing with mental health issues. That's what we should be doing, and not just building 4 smaller Rikers Islands that can't pick up issues. That's what we should be doing, and not just building 4 smaller Rikers Islands that can't pick up population. That makes no sense at all, and the plan was forward from the beginning. 4 smaller Rikers Islands that can't pick up population. That makes no sense at all, and the plan was forward from the beginning, and we want to stand up and be honest about it. And and say it shouldn't be. And you know where people are going back to? They're going to go back to your communities. That's where they're going to go back to. And I say no to that.
Congressman, last question.
So, Mayor, you announced yesterday, that you'll be running as an independent for re-election. Just want to get your sense quickly about where you stand with the National Democratic Party. Do you feel like the party has left you, and do you still want to see the National Democrats successful in the upcoming midterm election, particularly with that meaning Hakeem Jeffries gets the gavel as the speaker?
Listen, Hakeem is my brother. I got a picture of the $500 check I wrote when he first ran for assembly, and nothing would do me a greater level.
Successful in the upcoming midterm election, particularly with that meaning Hakeem Jeffries gets the gavel as the speaker.
Listen, Hakeem is my brother. I got a picture of the $500 check I wrote when he first ran for assembly, and nothing would do me a greater level of love than seeing him ascend to be the majority leader, the first African American to be the majority leader. I come on the footsteps of David Dinkey, the first African American mayor. Look, I didn't leave the party left me. When we stop talking about real issues that impact philosophical, about those issues that don't touch real people, when I go to town hall meetings, philosophical, about those issues that don't touch real people, when I go to town hall meetings, they are talking about real issues, affordability, housing, educating their children. This is what I'm saying, and that's on behalf of working class. I'm a Democrat. I'm running as an independent because we'd have thought this case would have been over a long time ago. See, the election is in June. I collected 25,000 signatures. I wanted to run in a Democratic primary, but I have to be realistic. I have to let New Yorkers know what I have done, and this case that has overshadowed our success, the most diverse administration in history of this city. And let's not kid ourselves. When you pick up the papers, you don't read what we have done. You don't read what we have done for foster care children. We don't read what we have done by giving high-speed broadband to 90 residents. The more jobs in this city history, the more small businesses in the city history, dropping unemployment in black and brown community by 20%. You don't hear all the achievements we have made and the records we have broken. Bond rate is increasing our bonds, fourth largest tourism in the city history, the excitement in the city. You don't read that. You read that, hey, we saw Eric eating a piece of fish, but you don't hear all the success that we have been doing. We turned this city around through COVID, through 250,000 migrants and asylum seekers. We put 150,000 children into early childhood education. We're outpacing the state in reading and math. When you look at what we have done, I don't even wonder why I'm still asking to be reelected. I should be reelected.
All right, let me ask the last question from me and from this panel. We have the other candidates. You and I go back probably 35 years, and we've always been honest with each other. I've never felt you were dishonest, and I've never been dishonest with you, even if we disagree. In the activist, felt you were dishonest, and I've never been dishonest with you, even if we disagree. In the activist community, I want you to answer this once and for all. Is there or has there been any kind of help, unspoken, spoken, alliance, understanding, or policy, or whatever between you and Donald Trump?
First, let me answer straight.
Understanding, policy, or whatever between you and Donald Trump?
First, let me answer straight. No. I raised my hand in federal court and answered that question. But I ain't going to say this to you, but I'm going to be candid and transparent. People broke my heart. Broke my heart. Folks knew me for 40 years. 40 people broke my heart. Broke my heart. Folks knew me for 40 years. 40 consistent years. My car being shot at, The life I had to live in the police department, being almost fired and losing my power. Washington, D.C. gave us 230,000 migrants and asylum seekers, $7 billion out of the budget. I could have taken $200 million of that and went after chronically absent children. I could have taken $500 million of that and built housing for our seniors. We're going to have the long-standing impact of that. And when I saw people who slept on my couch, when they lost their houses, or people I helped pay their mortgages, or people who I sat in hospitals with and sat in precincts when their children were arrested, trip over themselves and say, I need to step down. The hell with you, I'm gonna step up. I'm the mayor of this city. I'm the second African-American mayor in this city. And then after the call was to have the indictment dismissed, everyone was saying I should be removed, lobbying the governor to remove me. This is what you do to an African-American mayor that gave his life for this city. I'm not a new Eric Adams or reinvented Eric Adams. I'm the same Eric Adams that was there that started NAN over 30-something years ago. And so my heart is broken. But I'm not going to be angry because God is good. And I'm going to bless the Lord at all times. His praise will continue to be in my mouth. And when others turn against me, Jesus stands with me. And I'm going to be the mayor and get re-elected because God will be done.
Eric Adams. Next, and the Speaker of the New York City Council, Adrian Adams. Adrian Adams. Adrian Adams. President Adams, first of all, I want to ask you a two-part question to be started. One, I've known you a long time, and you've been a real public servant. And I know you've been a consistent and persistent member of this organization and of Allen in the church. I know that it was not. Y'all don't need to press talking is up here, not between y'all. Stop that. Whatever they're doing, let them do it. Y'all are disturbing.
I just submitted a separate
Yeah, trying to grow up and be like this fella here. I'm being real.
Oh, so you're going to talk to Tracy to give you your release. Tracy's in charge. Just talk to Tracy, please.
Hello. I'm going to exit for just a moment. I'm going to exit for just a second and come back in. I'm just covering my blog. They never gave me one.
Or you can go right there and get one from the check-in.
Okay. When I come back, what time does the red carpet start? 4 p.m., right? I'll check the schedule, but my phone is not giving all that it's supposed to give.
Okay, when you check in, they will give you a brochure with a breakdown of time.
I appreciate
That's why
it.
you need to check in to get
All right, I'll
You don't have to. Okay. We'll have it all for yourself.
Hi, I was told to check in order to get a lavia, like a ID card. I'm with the press, and they gave me an email with the confirmation to be here at this time for the 4 o'clock event, and then they invited me to 2 o'clock, and I'm like, that's 2 hours ahead of time.
I don't have like a press
I'll write press on it myself. You have to be innovative.
There's somebody upstairs that should put on a press.
Oh, can I have the pamphlet as well for the scheduling? See, y'all work better together.
There you go, sweetie.
Who is that back there? Who is that back there? Is that King? Oh my God, how are you? I often think of you. You're good? You good? You recognize me now? You meet so many people, you don't recognize me. You meet so many people, you don't recognize me.
Wait a minute.
Prophet! McBride! Yes. Yes.
Ma'am?
Get that name. You better pull that name. If you don't pull that name in the spirit, I'll be mad at you. Because you know you is bad. You know you is we need to change number. Give me your number because you is bad. How's Pastor Deborah doing? Yeah. BB. I know. I get younger as I get older.
Say your last name again for me.
I'm gonna have to give you the business number because I'm on live stream. But once you type it in and text me, it's gonna come here. 347 460 0102. And text me now because I gotta run outside. But text me now and put BB King.
The second.
It's so good seeing you. Huh? Yes.
I got it. I remember.
All right. Yes, text me now. I'll see you.
No, I seen you today.
Wait. live for it. Excuse me. I live for it. I must say, they just. Excuse me.
So wait a minute. Are you guys serious right now?
We're waiting for what is it?
Oh, Jesus. You know, it's so weird. It's so weird because right in this very same spot, like how many years ago? That had to have been 2016 or 2017. I stood outside of the Sheraton. Let me make sure. Was it 2017? No, actually, yeah, it was. It may have been sooner. It may have been even before then, like 2013, 2014. I stood outside of the New York Sheraton to get into a 20 invite presentation and show. Healing crusade for Benny Hinn. And now, today, I'm covering the press. Moved on, became a journalist, very famous blogger, vlogger, and I'm just in this place of captivation as an executive now that, you know, all things happen for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. I tell you this because I didn't always believe that way. You know, I had my disqualifiers. Oh, I'm LGBTQ, or oh, I don't fit the margins of the finances of the best, or I only made 500,000 this year, and I'm only getting 1,000 per phone call. So how in the world am I going to maximize my potential? And somewhere around that time, I read that book by T.D. Jakes, Maximize Your Potential, or Maximus. Maximise became my program reader. And in 2013 or 2014, I ended up here at this grandiose hotel to see Benny Hinn one-on-one. Not one-on-one, but 1-on-20, him on or against us. There was only 20 of us. They personally invited me, and it was a wonderful, fantastic, splendid time. I actually stood outside for 30 to 45 minutes, and it was cold. It was around Christmas time, in order to be able to get in. And I had my Benny Hinn experience. I felt the power of the Holy Spirit in such a way that was so powerful. And I loved it. And it was a wonderful healing crusade. And people got healed, and I fell out, and he waved his hand one time, and I ended up under the chair, and then went home, and that was that. You get what I'm saying? But now that I work in politics, I'm more of a blogger, a social blogger. I started my career off with TMZ, and then I went over into branding myself through quality AI and digital manuals and things like that. Digital functioning. So that's where we are. I am going to be late for going in. I got about an hour, so I'm going to take as much break as I can, and then I'm going to catch myself back over here, and I'll be live again once I charge my port. Take a break and maybe get something really quick like an Asian egg roll with some. Do I want duck sauce or do I want soy sauce?